Take some time, make sure you rest, make sure you're taking care of yourself first, but as soon as you feel up to it, make sure you're getting back out there and fighting the good fight. Make sure you're checking out the links down in the description. Anybody that we can help for anything. The world is literally on fire and everything is hell, so as long as we can help each other, that's better than doing nothing. Hello Friendzies, welcome back to my channel. You're getting the lowest effort ever right now. I am so overheated. The most effort I put in today was brushing my hair and putting the little clippies in, so you're welcome. Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is just like, it's not like the self-care check-in, it's just like talking about life right now because I want to talk about that, and I'm also not in the mood to put too much effort into like other video ideas that I have right now because I want to make sure that when I make those videos that they're like to the quality that I want them to be, and I'm not in the mood to be doing that. So I want to talk about feeling human today because I don't feel human at all anymore most days, and I want to talk about the days that I do feel human because I feel like that's not a weird thing to say in the world that we're living in, especially if you're living in the United States right now. If we're in the Suffer Olympics, other countries do have it worse, but right now I live in the United States. This is where my awareness is mainly. It's hell here, even though I'm in one of like, I'm in an area where I am incredibly safe, and I mean, look at me, I am a white woman passing, straight passing person, so I am like the safest I can be, but I'm still fucking terrified, so that tells you something, right? And between everything in the world going to absolute hell and America the way that it is and how it's a capitalist hellscape, especially with the fact that we live in a capitalist hellscape and we have to like witness atrocities, whether we're unfortunately there to experience them firsthand or we're checking them on social media because social media is such like a prevalent thing and the only way that we're getting most of our news nowadays, and we check it like it's the morning paper because I know I do. No matter how we're seeing it, no matter how we're witnessing it, it's like constant all the time, and then we are expected to clock in to our like dead-end jobs just to be able to afford like basic human necessities. It's a nightmare. And I know I'm not special. I know I'm not the only one when I say I'm so sick and tired of working at my job. I'm so fucking over it. I mean, granted, it's been 7 years. I've been at that job for 7 years because I have bills to pay. And if I didn't have bills to pay, I would have out of there for 6 months. It's the combination of 7 years and the combination of I go on break and read about like another school shooting of young children dying. And then I have to go back out on the floor and be mocked by my manager basically and do work that is like physically and mentally detrimental, and it's just like, it's just a fucking nightmare. And I work like 8-hour shifts. Hold on, I can't do math. 5 days out of the week unless I call out, and then when I call out I get yelled at, and it's just like, it's spicy and fun and we're having a great time, you know what I mean? I'm not the only one who's experienced this. Other people work 7 days a week and don't get a rest at all. But holy shit, do I not feel like a person anymore. I feel like a fucking robot. When I come home from work and I'm reading all the messages from my friends that I missed all day, and I'm trying to catch up on Instagram of like the artists and people that I follow because I follow people that bring me joy, and I just feel so completely disconnected from everything, and then on my days off I am genuinely a completely different person. And that's kind of scary to me. It's scary that you can like switch on and on like that. Because when I'm at, like, the second I walk into work, because I always go in a little bit early because I have anxiety, the second I walk into work, I'm a completely different person than I am when I walk out of the building. And I can feel the difference. I can feel the shift in me. And it's kind of crazy, and it's kind of scary, and I don't like it. And I don't feel human 9 times out of 10, especially not when I'm working. I don't feel like a person. And again, I'm not the only one that feels that way. I know I'm not. And I just want to kind of say it out loud just in case, like, if anybody's feeling the same way and doesn't really know how to put it into words. This is the words. These are the words. So I'm very, like, hyper-focused on things that make me happy and make me feel like a person more so. Because the thing is, like, self-care queen, like, I'm the one that's like, fuck it, YOLO, do the thing, spend the money. You know what I mean? Like, even though we're all very unfortunately on top of bills and rent and all those things, I'm very much the person that's like the treat yourself kind of person. So I'm very much focused on that all of the time, but especially lately, I very much like, I usually get coffee like after work, like on the way home from work. My mom usually brings me to grab a coffee from Dunkin'. I go home, I drink my coffee, I do my little thing before I have to wake up for work the next day. But especially lately, even though I have to be super conscious of money, I come home and I do like, you know, how it was big on TikTok at the beginning of quarantine, not the whipped coffee, but I come home and make myself, like, in my personal opinion, my little artisan coffee. Because, you know what I mean? It's the weird balance of like having no extra money for coffee, but also enjoying coffee. It's, I don't know, I'm just talking shit. You guys want to see a little book haul? These are not recent buys. I have been to Barnes & Noble way too much recently. That's another thing that makes me feel actually like a human being, going to a Barnes & Noble. I paid, it was a bit ago, it was earlier this year. I think it was for my birthday maybe, or maybe the time after that. I paid to be like a member, like get a membership, because the really pretty girl at the counter that was checking me out suggested a membership, and I was like, damn you right. So I go to Barnes & Noble quite a bit lately, and like my extra money that I have is usually spent on books. I end up not getting coffee, I end up buying a book, which is, it's either a coffee for $4 or a book for $14, and here I am. But do you guys want to see my little book haul? I feel like a person when I buy books, because my mom's, when we went on the freaking, the thingy, I'll put the card, I can't talk. I'm so sleepy. It's so hot and I'm tired and I want to lay down. When we went to the place in Connecticut, the book barn, and I got a bunch of old books from my childhood and everything, that made me feel like a person. Even though I hate highways and driving on the highway was a nightmare, that made me feel like a person because I was doing something that my mom and I actively love. My mom's a librarian, so hold on a sec. One day, I want to be YouTube popular enough, famous enough that somebody goes through and counts how many times I say my mom's a librarian in all of my videos on my channel. So here's my little book haul. It is a collection of books that I've gathered over the past several months, but I'm going to show you my graphic novels because I did a graphic novel Rex video earlier this year, because I really like graphic novels. I find that when I'm in like a reading slump, because I am an adult woman who was seen as a gifted kid and used to read like 3 or 4 books at a time, severely burnt out on it, especially senior year when I was reading up to 4 books at a time, and that was not good for my brain because then I didn't want to read at all, ever. I find graphic novels super helpful and actually really enjoyable because it's a lot, I feel like they're a lot less like demanding of you than books with like traditional books. Does that make sense? I still need to finish reading Percy Jackson. It's been 2 years. But I really like graphic novels. Lately my thing is I'll like read through a book and then read a graphic novel. Like I finished Hell Followed With Us, and now I have my stack of graphic novels that I want to get into. So I want to show you my little haul. So the first one I have is Squad. I talked about this in my like book haul from the book barn, but I'm gonna show you Squad. When Becca starts at a posh new high school, she never expects to be noticed by the most popular girl. She never expects them to invite them into their pack, but they do. They showed her how to dress and how to act and what parties to go to. Then one night, under the full moon, they let her in on their secret. They're werewolves. That's when a normal person would run screaming, but Becca doesn't run. She doesn't scream. She doesn't want to escape. She wants to belong, and now she does. She is all new. It is perfect. For a while anyway, until Thatcher dies and things get complicated. Who the fuck is Thatcher? Oh, here we go. That looked like a spoiler. I don't know. It looks super good. I love like cheesy teen supernatural bullshit. I love supernatural stuff in like YA middle grade and like kid ages. Is that a Heathers reference? That's definitely a Heathers reference. Look at that. I'm obsessed with stuff like that because it can still be dark and broody and scary, but also still be about the power of friendship, which I'm into. And adult supernatural shit always turns into like really boring politics and like sexual violence, which, what the fuck? I have Mooncakes. Mooncakes is super cute. I've had this not on my like to buy list, but on my reading list, my like radar for a while. One Fateful Night, Teen Witch Nova Wong, I almost said that wrong, follows reports of a white wolf in the woods and discovers her childhood crush, werewolf Tam Lang, battling a horse demon? You mean a Kelpie? Now against the background of a slowly rekindling romance, Tom, I think is going to be the right way to say that, and Nova must investigate the dark supernatural forces eager to claim wolf magic for evil. Now it says, it says volume 1 somewhere on this. Am I wrong? is it just Mooncakes? So, I thought something said volume 1. Maybe I'm thinking of one of the other books, but this book looks incredible. And like I said, it wasn't on my like to read list, but it's been on like my radar. Every time I see it in a store, I'm like, I need to get that at some point. It looks absolutely beautiful. It's gay as fuck, which is always good news. I'm into it. Mooncakes. This was not meant to be a book haul, by the way. I hope everybody understands that this was not meant to be a book haul, but I'm just showing you my books because I like buying books because it makes me feel like a human being. I have Bloom, which has been on my list for fucking ever, but if you can see, this is a thick one. This is a thick boy, and it was $17.99 at Barnes & Noble, and even when I intend to buy something that's been on my reading list for fucking ever, I always find new books. And I'm putting myself on a limit because one of the like money saving goals I have is to get new bookshelves from IKEA, the super tall ones that I can paint and everything and make another episode of room renovation, woo! But to also hold all of my books and all of my knickknacks, and I think having a bigger bookshelf with room to put books will very much encourage me to read the stacks of books on my bedside table. So I always end up grabbing stuff. This has been on my like to buy to read list for fucking ever, and what I was trying to say, there we go, that was the train of thought I wanted, was that I'm trying to get books only on my like to read list and not get new ones just because I see the cover and I want it, you know? But anyway, Bloom, baked with love. Now that high school is over, Ari is dying to move to the big city with his ultra hit band if he can persuade his dad to let him quit his job at their struggling family bakery. Though he loved working there as a kid, Ari cannot fathom a life wasting away over raising dough in hot ovens. But while interviewing candidates for his replacements, Ari meets Hector, an easygoing guy who loves baking as much as Ari wants to escape it. As they become closer over batches of bread, love is ready to bloom. That is, if Ari doesn't ruin anything. That sounds really cute. Oh my god. Oh Jesus, my mom just scared the shit out of me. Ooh, it's blue toned. Okay, back to this. It's blue toned and it looks really pretty. Oh, I get it. Very similar to Heartstopper in aesthetic-wise. Probably Heartstopper was influenced by this with the way they do the coloring in the book. Everything's about Heartstopper from now on. I hope everybody realizes that. Social media, references, everything's about Heartstopper. And this is a book. Was this the day that we came home from... No, I don't think it was. We came home from doing something one night and it was really late and I didn't realize the Barnes & Noble was closing because I was ready to like live my best life and walk around all day after doing whatever else we were doing, and they were closing and I felt like a jerk, so I grabbed this wicked quick even though I wasn't intending to get this. I didn't even know this was a thing, but now that after I grab it, it's Fangs. After I grabbed it and flipped through it really quick, I realized that this is the thing I've seen on TikTok a lot, so I'm really glad that I got it. But it's Fangs. It doesn't have... Does it have an about in the back? No, it doesn't have an about thing, but from what I understand, it is a love story about a vampire and a werewolf. A vampire and a werewolf. And I really like the art style, very minimal, which I'm into, but I don't know. I really like it. Okay, that was not supposed to be a book haul. Like I said, I was not trying to do a book haul. I want to show you things that I like because they make me feel like a person again, and I don't feel like a person very often, so like, whatever brings you joy, right? Like I said too, I kind of made this video because there are a lot of other videos that I want to make. I don't understand why I write things down in a planner anymore instead of just like on a note that I tuck in the planner, because I make all these plans for like, this video is going to come out on this day. And then whether it's work, whether it's timing, whether it's like personal stuff, or just like the vibes, I end up whiting everything out, rewriting it, saying it's different dates. I think the entire month of July and most of August is like marked with like my red pen that I'm like moving things around and crossing things out. I do want to make quite a few videos. I have plenty of plans. I have most of August and September written out on like video ideas. Things are just going to be moved around. Some things might come later than others. It's just the level of energy that I have lately because I don't feel like a person, so all of my energy is going to feeling like a person on my days off. And the heat really gets me too. Global warming at its finest, you know? But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you liked any of those graphic novels, are excited about them. If you've read them, please don't spoil them, but let me know if there's like certain ones that you think I'm gonna love. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Cranky kitties coming in.